Right, so goals, I believe, are important. Keeping in mind gives us a sense of direction. Now, I often think, if I don't have a goal, and how would I look like? I would envision myself. So not having a goal would sound similar or would look similar to a chicken without a head, not having a sense of direction. Yeah, so I believe goals help give a direction. Direction is important so that we understand, we know whether we are on the right path, whether we're moving in the right direction. What's the end objective? What every action is going to yield at the end of the action being taken? What's the next step to be taken, etc., etc. Now, goals also, I believe, need to be broken down. Breaking down goals, having a long goal, while it's important, having shorter, smaller goals is even more important. So, for example, if I would want to go to the moon, what's the first step I need to take? It cannot be just, getting a spaceship or a space shuttle, getting my gear. I need to prepare myself health-wise. Okay, I need to take care of my mental wellness, my physical wellness, my emotional wellness. And once I'm fairly sorted out there, I need to take the next actionable. I need to take the next step in terms of, getting the training that is required for me once I go up on moon. What do I need to be doing? The next step probably would be, how do I conduct myself while in the spaceship? So breaking the goals down helps. I think that's what we do in our day-to-day life. If I were to go from, let's say, city A to city B, which is about, let's say, 500 miles, I first plan to buy to buy petrol for my car. I just ensure that my car is serviced. I take care of the the air, the engine, all the things that is required for me to reach smoothly my final destination is taken care of properly. And then I plan my journey, breaking it up in various pockets. I have various milestones set for myself. So I start at, let's say, 5 in the morning. I stop somewhere for breakfast. Yeah, and then I stop somewhere else for lunch. So I have a plan, I have a goal, and I execute. It becomes easier for me to execute. So I believe having a goal, which is a long term, and breaking it up into short term gives a sense of direction. I also believe a goal, once I know what's my goal, it gives me a sense of direction. That apart, it also gives me a sense of commitment, a sense of ownership. Now, if I tell, for example, I'm boarding a flight, I call my family and I tell them, hey, Dad, Mom, I'm getting into the flight now, and probably in the next 3 hours I'm going to be there. So I'm announcing to the universe that I am taking the actionables. Yeah, it makes me more committed. It also holds me accountable for my goal that I've just announced. So I remember when I started this journey about 7 years back. Probably in the 6th, 7th month in the journey, this is after VCon Indonesia 2012, I started announcing to people that, you know what, I'm going to be a full-timer. And I remember announcing this for almost about 5-6 months. And once I started announcing for 5-6 months, I had to live up to it. I was imagining myself, if I don't become a full-timer eventually, people are going to be laughing at me. So that goal that I had in my mind, which I had also announced, I started visualizing it. I started preparing myself that in 6 months' time, in 8 months' time, I am going to be a full-timer. So that became a goal. And once that became a goal, I announced it. I had to take the necessary steps to make sure that I work and I achieve it. Because if I don't achieve it, it's going to be embarrassing for me. It's going to also probably impact my credibility. Yeah, so I believe a goal, once I announce it, I need to take corrective actions. I need to take the required actions to achieve. And I believe it's happened every single time. Announced to the world, to the network, that buying a car which is, a very expensive car, close to about $1 million. And suddenly, had to work harder, because now that we've announced and we have set a certain timeline to it, have to achieve it. So I believe goals need to be announced to also make us become committed towards our actions and towards our goals. And also with a timeline puts us in the right direction. So I believe goals, whether it's in the journey, whether it's in life, I believe are the same. I believe that from the time I was born till the time I'm going to die, I'm timed. And within the time, if I have to be productive, I need to set goals so as to be able to work to the best of my ability and achieve the maximum that I intend achieving in my lifetime. So it's about time. I believe I need to have goals. I need to have long-term goals. I need to have short-term goals. I need to time them so that I can, when I announce them, I become accountable for them eventually. So I believe goals are important. Now you need to check if you have your goal, if you have your long-term goal, if you have your short-term goals, your milestones that you are setting for yourself, such that you can work and eventually achieve your long-term goal. And also, you got to check if you're announcing it. And once you've announced it, you've got to also check if you are taking those actionables. Because at the end of the day, without a goal, you would be a chicken without the head. I hope you get your goal and be the chicken with the head. All the best.